Okay, I'm starting to think that this team is sus. I really do. The Eagles, they have their shit on offense with their new OC. We know how inconsistent they are, right? There's clearly a lack of explosive plays on their end, and they need to get AJ Brown involved. We all know that. With the Packers, though, Matt LaFleur is their OC, along with being their head coach. And I've seen their offense at points at certain times this year, dude. I'm thinking the Cowboys, right? What other team did they lose to? The Panthers. They lost to the Panthers. If you just go through some of these teams that they've played, oh my bad, they tied with the Cowboys. And then the Browns game, some of these have been low output, like low scoring, right? And for whatever reason, man, I talked about this earlier. It was a week after everybody just praised Jordan Love, and everybody's talking about how crazy good Jordan Love is and shit. And I was like, what? I was like, Jordan Love he's the same player. Super good quarterback, right? At times can make some boneheaded mistakes. And I mean, we saw it tonight. Like, I'm watching that game as a Birds fan, and I'm like, dude, Jordan Love is going to make like 2-3 boneheaded mistakes at some point in this game. I don't know when. Sure enough, he had what was it? He had the weird exchange, the fumble early on that it was fine. They got the ball back and everything. But then he had the fumble where he's trying to do too much. And he has defensive lineman wrapped up all over his legs. He's trying to pass it. He fumbles. Yo, you're not subscribed? Why are you not subscribed? Come on, man. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. Don't do that. Guy, I know you ain't a hater. Just subscribe to your boy. Come vibe with me. All we do is talk football here. Come vibe with the homie. Let me know what you guys want to see. And make sure you subscribe and hit that like button. All right, now back to the video. Horrible situation. Shouldn't have fumbled right there. And at the end of the game, that deep pass, and I'm like, what the fuck? Now that's also LaFleur. That's not just Jordan Love. That came down from the head coach. That came down from Matt LaFleur. But I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And just in the past, there's been a couple games this year, right, where I've seen Jordan Love and I'm like, I still see some of the same old tendencies. Everybody been talking about him and he's figured it out. He's good. I'm like, no, he's the same guy he's been, dude. Nothing's changed. He's a really good quarterback with a super high ceiling, can make boneheaded mistakes sometimes. And I mean, along with that, Matt LaFleur did not put his team in a good situation last night. He didn't. The fact that Nick Sirianni punted that ball absolutely fucking pissed me off as a Birds fan. I was like, bro, you've been good in the past year. And then you go out and do some shit like that. And I'm like, what are we doing? Giving the Packers the ball back at that point. And then he gives them an absolute gift. He gives the Green Bay Packers a gift, right? What do they have? They have 23 seconds, 30 seconds. And they decided to throw it deep like that. And I'm like, bro, work the 2 to 3 shots. Get yourself within field goal range. Now, I mean, even if they were to get into field goal range with McManus, I don't know if he would have hit it. Maybe we saw that last kick. That was one of the worst final kicks of a game I've ever seen. That was atrocious. That was atrocious, dude. You saw Sirianni getting pissed because kicker got the kickoff after they called timeout. It's just something coaches do. They just fucking get pissed. Nick's freaking out. Get off the kick. Came up just a little bit short. Then they attempt that and it was garbage, right? But you could have at least gave your kicker a chance. You could have gave him a chance if you would have ran the last play sequences a little bit different instead of going for the deep shot. So I don't know, man. The Packers offense, it's frustrating because I think Jordan Love is good. And I just feel like I just know what Jordan Love is. He just does boneheaded things at times. But at the same time, he's an absolute gunslinger. But Matt LaFleur, in just some of these games that they've coached this year, it honestly makes me believe that I'm like, dude, I don't trust this team in the playoffs. Keep in mind, this is the 4th game in a row, including the playoffs, they've lost to Philly. I'm like, I don't think they're going to beat Philly. I don't even think they could beat Philly in the playoffs. I think it'd be another close game. People forget last year, in the what was it? Was it the wild card or divisional? Yeah, it's a wild card. The wild card round against the Green Bay Packers. It was a close game between Philly and Green Bay. Like it wasn't no blowout. Some people will make it seem like it was that, but it was actually a pretty damn close game. But I don't think they're overcoming Philly. So that's one team. A matchup with Detroit. Interested to see how that would go. Chicago's had some crazy games. They've whipped it out. I mean, they're playing competitive football. Minnesota with JJ McCarthy. It wouldn't shock me for them to put up a fight against Green Bay. Nothing's out of question right now. And by all means, I don't think that Green Bay is like done. Because if they get a crack at any other, they could beat Philly. That 4-0 shit, that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. You got to go out and play your ball. You got to go out and play your game, right? And you can win any Sunday, any Monday, any Thursday. It just doesn't matter. But we've been seeing a little bit of a pattern with them, in their offense under LaFleur has some major issues. And the one thing that my biggest gripe about Green Bay is I'm like, they need star wide receivers. None of the dudes so far are star wide receivers. I mean, we see Romeo, he got hurt. He's like grabbing his chest after the Q play where the fans wanted a PI. I didn't think that was a PI. I just thought it was good coverage. And we saw him go out. Christian Watson's finally back. Christian Watson had a couple huge plays. He had a couple massive catches. And I think Matthew Golden, I'm pretty sure he was inactive today. Like, he didn't even play. But there is such a lack of, like, just a go-to guy for Jordan Love in this offense. And now you have Tucker Kraft out. And I feel like that only makes it worse, man. And it's not like their run game with Josh Jacobs is super explosive or anything. Now, Josh Jacobs is a pretty damn good running back. Like, Josh Jacobs is in the upper echelon for running backs, but it's not like the run game is there. So I feel like this is more on Jordan Love in the passing offense. And I mean, even within the passing offense, you saw tonight, we didn't see a completion to like a tight end for a large portion of the game. And even when Jordan Love started to get a couple completions, it was like to Josh Jacobs and shit. Like, it was nothing crazy. But yeah, man, I mean, they need to figure it out. The noise with Matt LaFleur and Green Bay is starting to get loud. Like, I'm hearing it everywhere. I hear people talking about him. I hear people criticizing. I seen fans in the offseason. They were super up. They were like, I don't know how much I trust him. But I'm like, no, dude, Green Bay Packers are good. Matt LaFleur is a great coach. Jordan Love is a gunslinger of a quarterback. Like, this is a good team. But they need to figure this shit out, and they need to figure this shit out fast. And especially sitting in the NFC North where they're sitting, they're losing ground. Like, I'm pretty sure I just checked the standings. Who would have thought this? Chicago Bears are sitting in. Okay, so we got Detroit 1 in the NFC North. We got the Chicago Bears as 2 in the NFC North, right? Then we got Green Bay at 3rd. And then Minnesota. So they need to figure it out, man. They need to figure it out. And like games like this, where you lose to a good NFC team, when it comes down to seeding at the end, this shit can come back to bite you in your ass, dude. Like, they have to play good the rest of the season. They really do. I don't know, dude. Like, what is the Green Bay Packers schedule so far this year? Let's look at the rest of it. Green Bay Packers, because I bet you they have a bunch of divisional games. All right, so they go up against Giants. That's a winnable game. Vikings, that's a winnable game, but I do think it's going to be tough because it's in division. And the Vikings can ball. Packers versus Lions. I think that game, that could be either way. Bears versus Packers, that could be another one in division. Broncos. The Broncos are a weird team, but if there's one thing I do know about the Broncos is their defense will come to play. In every single snap, they're going to get theirs. So that'll be a tough game. And then back to Chicago again. So a bunch of in-division games, and I don't know. They're going to need to figure it out, man. Then they go to Baltimore on the 28th. Or I don't know if they go to Baltimore. They're going up against Baltimore. And then Minnesota, the very last game of the year. So they have a bunch of in-division games. And just with the way that division is, it's just like up in the air for me. I still think Green Bay is going to be a playoff team, but nothing is for sure. There's some good teams in the NFC. There are some damn good teams in the NFC. I say the NFC is better than the AFC right now. So the Packers really need to get on their shit and keep them. I've been talking about their offense the whole time. Their defense can ball. Like their defense, their DC, what is his name? Jeff Hatley. Like that dude coaches a damn good defense, and they got ballers on that side of the ball. They played the Eagles tough tonight. There's a lot of people that talk about the Eagles like offensive struggles and shit, right? But this Packers defense plays tough. They really do. And they keep their offense in it, but their offense has to do their part. This is not a Houston Texans situation. The Green Bay Packers have the ability to be a damn good offense. They really do. It's not like CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans. But because they obviously got guys, but they do really need to figure it out because it's week 10. We're going into week 11. So there is no time to find out your identity. Your identity is now. Next 1 to 2 weeks and fly. At least try to fly because shit's getting saucy in the NFC and you do not have time to fiddle around and fuck around.